As an organizer, I have to say I'm very happy and proud that we have here on the 61st EOQ Congress huge number of participants, about more than 400, and secondly we had more than 120 speakers, and some of them were really high quality gurus from all over the world. The basic message that we heard was today we live in digital era. The technology has tremendous impact on our lives. We talked about dramatic change that this technology is making on today's business in terms of marketing, production, management, and of course, brand new business models. And there is also the study from the Leadership Institute where they say that the major challenges that the leaders of today's world have is human resource management, innovation, and operational excellence. And the Congress today and yesterday gave some answers. What is needed to be done in order to be ready and to manage the challenges of this digital era?
I think this year's Congress was one of the very best congresses we have had, with respect to professional content, with respect to the venue and how everything was set up. It has been made a fantastic effort from the Slovenian organizer. So we could just enjoy both all the professional lectures and all the events from EOQ that we are playing out on this Congress. This is a very important Congress for us because we are profiling the European cooperation and its 30 membership countries that are working together and supplying content to a Congress like this, as well as we have the opportunity to give an award, giving our awards to our members that have been doing a fantastic effort over many years.
We've been working on this Congress for almost 3 years. First with obtaining confidence from EOQ Executive Committee to organize a Congress in a small country like Slovenia, then to submitting a good Congress program, and finally attracting prominent, well-known, worldwide well-known quality professionals to come to Slovenia. For many of them, it was for the first time. We have 120 lecturers from all over the world, from 33 countries. Altogether, 46 are involved. We could easily say that Bled was a worldwide center, a global center of quality. This consequently was covered up very well by media. We had published several articles in Slovenian newspapers, and we succeeded yesterday to have Greg Watson on TV Slovenia primetime evening news for an interview. We have heard many good comments about the Congress, not only referring to the program, but as well for our hospitality, for Congress venue, and of course for Bled, which in such sunshine weather is fantastic.
One thing I talked about was that quality, it's not all these academic definitions. It's about having a good life and avoiding a bad life. And if we do that, we will actually create something new and different, something we can pass on to our children and future generations. And I think this was my core message, that we have to do that. We shouldn't get confused with all the digital things happening. Those are just methodologies. The real thing about the future is it's human beings like you and I who design those future things. And we have to really get very clear about what we're thinking, what we're doing, and then the digital products will all make sense for our lives. If we don't, then what they will do is they'll conflict and create problems. So the world will actually come down to one thing, which I think has always been. We as people have to figure out how do we do the right thing and keep from doing the wrong thing. You know, this conference has been a joy to me. I came here to Bled, I'd never been here before. Beautiful scenery. I took pictures, my wife was so jealous. And so she said, "What are you doing there?" I said, "I'm looking at the scenery because I can't work." And it was a very enjoyable thing for me just to be able to see the beauty of nature and to feel the warmth of the people here. And it's felt just like such a warm friendship in the whole conference and a great feeling of camaraderie. And so for me, it's been a very, very enjoyable conference.
The change comes from the top, okay? Always there will be commitment. And also, if you have a monitoring system to see where you are standing, it will also help you to achieve whatever you are committed to it. The UAE is looking to be among the best country in the world. And for that one, we put for ourselves the targets, not only targets for our as UAE country, but also target in comparison with the other countries and how we can be among the best country in the world or the top 10 countries in the world. And for that one, it did not stop us from also having a vision for 2071, which is our centennial, where we will be completing 100 years for the UAE as a country to be the best country in the world. And I think that commitment and the success and the achievement that we did before, and because we are reviewing whatever we are doing and because we are sharing with the others, I think this gives us more push to do more and more and to have more challenging vision and dream, let me say.
In order to have competitiveness in the market, customer satisfaction is not enough. So the company must go beyond the satisfaction. And in this today I say customer delight. So that today I want to say that now you must go beyond the customer satisfaction and then to realize the customer delight. And then in the case also I mentioned that how to realize this. And then I show that two things. One thing that to find the latent requirement. Another one is that quality has the cycles, starting from function, performance, user friendliness, and good looking or psychological factors. So in this way that you must identify your product, which level you are, and then can consider which way you should go next. In this way, you can get idea how to delight the customers.
If you don't embrace quality, then you have no purpose globally because that's what you're going to compete against. But in terms of how you embrace quality, that could be depending if you're a service company or a manufacturing company. If you're a manufacturing company, you need to be able to have products that customers want to buy, therefore they must meet their needs. And if you're a service company, you must be highly responsive and very quick. And with the onset of technology today that's available, you have to be faster than you ever were because the customer is expecting things very quickly and very accurate. So the message is, historically, as quality got better, companies reduced the size of the people working on quality, when in fact the higher level of quality demands more attention to quality. I come to EOQ from the United States because it's a smaller conference with very capable people who really enjoy being together and learning from each other. And also the representation from many countries around Europe and around the world. This is located in Slovenia this year, but every year it changes. So you get to learn a new culture, new people, new business style. And so the conference was very good.
I'm with EOQ for last 15 years. And I would say that it is one of the best EOQ Congresses I ever visited. I fully share the motto of the Congress because we are living more and more in a digital world. But I would say one of the most important issues of this Congress was the setting up and strengthening the relations with China organizations who are quite active in the field of quality, who are having national programs in quality. That's where we want to cooperate. That's where I hope EOQ will be finding the new sector of its activities.
在这边我们是3天吧，3天的体会非常之深。觉得
It's our first time to be here in this beautiful country. As far as we think that it doesn't matter the big or small a country is. Every country has its beauty and excellence, just like Slovenia. It's a very beautiful place. Within these 3 days we have been spent here, we have learned a lot from different countries, from different persons, experts from around the world. And we have also conveyed and provided our information and our messages to all of them already.
What were the key messages that you provide?
The key message is made in China, brand in China, and good relationship between China and Slovenia.
It was in the Euro-China forum, and we talked a lot about the developments of quality in China, but also in Europe, and the interaction between the two. It is very clear to me that if you look at China today, the developments in the level of quality are tremendously improving. And sometimes here in the Western world, we may not be fully aware of all the new developments that are happening in China. If you think about Alibaba saying that they will spend $15 billion on R&D and innovation and quality improvement in the next 3 years, these are flabbergasting numbers. And it only demonstrates that China's will to be more present in the world is there, and that we should not ignore it. That's why it's good that this forum brought together Chinese people with European people discussing several topics together, and it only helps to create harmony, to create the win-win spirit that we will need in the future. So it's absolutely a very good event, and I was very happy that I was able to participate.
The most important thing is that SMEs are receiving a message that they need to innovate, they need to internationalize their activities, and they need to gain dimension. But there is a prerequisite for them. They need to have a sound management system. If they don't have, it's very, very difficult to try to innovate, to internationalize, or to gain dimension. So I think it's necessary to help and these companies in order to do their best.
Look at what you're doing, try to see what is happening, understand what will make a difference, think about how to make things better, and then act. And act again and again and again to constantly try to improve the quality, the productivity, the competitiveness of SMEs.
What are your feelings about the event?
A very well run event, beautiful place, fantastic country, and a beautiful spirit in the Congress. A spirit of happiness, a spirit of sharing, a spirit of cooperation. A delightful place to have been and to participate with.